team had a rise. They've been losing for most of the game, but they had gotten an inhibitor down, and they basically, after a Baron play, the enemy team was pushing into their inhibitor turrets, and they rise teleported the entire team into the enemy Nexus turrets and just smashed the turrets and smashed the Nexus and won the game in a sort of base race. But can you call it a base race when it's like 5 versus 2? I don't really think so. But either way, we're into game number 1 of the night. Team XLNC on the red side versus One Trick Pony on the blue side. We're going to see some classic bans coming out as players do know each other, at least a little bit. Killyasso and Catanate are very familiar on the stream. We got some new people as well. Anthony Coy, Spitchip, and Darling. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, bans. We've got Alawi taken off the table. Kindred now popular again because crit items don't suck anymore. Imagine that. So major hyper carry in the jungle, massive utility with that ultimate. Going to be taken away for a good reason. She has a pretty high win rate. Speaking of high win rates, though, Riven sitting pretty at a 56% win rate right now in solo queue. So thank you for taking that off the table, and somebody please nerf it. Have you seen Nico ADC yet?
I have only seen it, or at least heard it, be casted, but I've seen more of her split push in the top lane. I have heard that she is played occasionally in the bottom lane. Poke. She's kind of a alternate version of the old school, not really old school, but like carry Heimerdinger. When you'd run like a Threshheimer or whatever, she brings a lot of CC, good burst poke from a massive distance away, quite annoying to deal with.
Okay, so they hotfixed it. I knew that they were gonna do that, but basically it was press the attack and they procced her W passive with Ginsu's Rage Blade first, so it hit every other attack. So you're doing crazy DPS plus the just auto attack DPS plus the CC she brings and the AP. Yeah, it was really stupid, and I knew it was going to come through. Wait, why am I Trent?
I don't know, but congratulations, you are Trent. I'm even gonna go ahead and switch over your name on the stream to Trent. It's a very bro name. Thank you to Calm Poison for that Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate that, man. How's your Diablo streams been recently? I know you're still on that grind. How's that been going for you? As Excellency Crad. I don't know if that's a bro name. Crad's not exactly a bro name. Either way, we're going to talk about these picks as they've come through, and we're getting a little bit behind for the side of One Trick Pony. They grabbed themselves the Kayn, the Sivir, the Janna. A pretty squishy composition so far, but can bring out some really good damage. Heavy wave clear, especially some team fight prowess if they go with that Darken Mode Kayn. As the side of Excellency is going to grab the Rek'sai, the Thresh, the Jinx. I like that lineup just a touch better, just because of how Thresh and Jinx can synergize well in the bottom lane.
I prefer the Jinx as well, just because she has one of the highest win rates of ADCs at the moment. She's generally good in an even game. I mean, just playing toward the late game, she's a hyper carry. But if she gets even 1 or 2 kills, she can absolutely take over. She snowballs super hard after she gets Runan's Hurricane in the mid game. She just deals so much AoE DPS, and once she hits 3, 4, and 5 items, she just keeps getting so much stronger. Whereas, I mean, Sivir's good, and she deals a lot of DPS, but she's so much harder to get involved in a team fight on, especially if you have no front line. So if, like normal solo queue games go, if they end up taking more like a Jax, Kayn, those kind of, Aurelia, people who are diving the backline and nobody to peel, then you're going to have a lot of difficulty really with the Sivir making any meaningful contribution in DPS sense, unless it's just really well played.
All right, and we're not going to talk too much about the bans, as we're going to go into the second pick phase. A Shen, a Jax for those top laners, bit of split push prowess. Jax definitely focusing more heavily on that split push as Shen can join the team. Definitely needs to join the team to be a frontline tank as everyone else is kind of looking a little bit on the lower health bar. What's going to be Darling picking up for Kilyaso in that mid lane? He's going to be grabbing himself the Silas. It is the LCS order for champions, so you're going to see some trades coming through. I like the Silas simply because he can steal away some of these nicer ultimates. Think like the Jinx, Rocket, or even maybe a Rek'Sai for leaping into that back line. I think
there really aren't that many good ultimates, though.
There it is.
There actually no. Vel'koz ultimate is terrible to steal.
Oh.
It looks really good on the surface, but Vel ult only does good damage if you can proc his passive.
True. That is actually very true. I just thought about that as well.
That's the deceptive thing about Silas. Like, you think, Darius ultimate, it's going to be awesome, man. But you actually need 5 stacks of his passive for it to work as a really powerful execute. Otherwise, it just executes from, I think it has, like, a base damage of, like, 200 true damage or something like that, maybe less. Not at level 1, at level 3. I can't remember the numbers exactly, but yeah, Darius ultimate not very good, and Vel'koz is just such a trap. Jinx Rocket's pretty good, and Rek'Sai ultimate is decent. But really, Jax ultimate, I mean, it's nice having some extra resistances, sure, and I mean, Threshold's okay, but as game-breaking ultimates that Silas can steal goes, nothing too impressive on the table. All right, you want to run through?
Yeah, I was just going to say, they're going to have to pick very carefully who they decide to try to steal it away from maybe some of those more team-oriented plays. Let's go ahead and roll through the players and their champions for the side of One Trick Pony. We've got ourselves Anthony Koi in the top lane, playing that Shen. Speedchip on the Kayn in the jungle. Kilyasuo Boxy taking the Silas into the mid lane. Catinator with the Sivir, looking for those crits in the bottom lane AD carry role. And Darling, new to the stream as well, with the Janna support.
All right, and for Team One Trick Pony, we've got Experiment626 taking Jax in the top line, Mike Oxmal Bros on Rek'Sai in the jungle, Demonius the God grabbing Vel'koz for the mid lane, Hurricanes on Jinx in the bottom lane ADC role, and Applause rounding it out with Thresh in the bottom lane supportive role. All in all, I do like One Trick Pony's composition a lot better. I feel like it's got some more powerhouse to it. It's kind of that standard. You can do split a little bit with XLNC's comps. Shen is good at split pushing, not because he's the best winning the side lane, especially not against a Jax, but because he can instantly join the team. So, you know, he can be split pushing top lane, knocking down turrets, and then Jax is down there, joins the team fight, and he TPs using his ultimate directly to the team, sets up and turns things around. Kayn's decent right now. All in all, Red Kayn, you'll hear me say this time and time again, I always like to see Red Kayn over Blue Kayn, just because you have more team utility and dueling. Like, if you're not one-shotting people as Blue Kayn, then you're a lot less useful. Now, you can get way ahead as Blue Kayn. You can do amazing things as Blue Kayn if you're super far ahead. But all in all, in an even game where you're trying to get that all-important lead and get your team snowball rolling, Red Kayn is a lot more useful for that than Blue Kayn. So, can be useful and will provide that secondary front line if he goes with the Red Kayn. And possibly more useful than the Rek'Sai. Possibly. All in all, I think Jax is going to win the split push against Shin and just becomes an amazing powerhouse scaler in toward the late game. It's disgusting. We've seen Applause's Thresh before do some wonders down there. It has a really good target in the Janna. Sivir having a spell shield. We know Catinator's really good with that. And you can't count Catinator out. He's just one of the better ADCs that we have on the stream. So Applause is going to be targeting that Janna, and if you can get Jinx rolling onto Janna, and get Jinx several kills in that bottom lane, you can just end the game just through bot lane.
Yeah, that's actually something that I see is that bottom lane for either team could get steamrolling pretty hard. But even when it comes to the later stages of the game, when you've got yourselves a Sivir that can be heavily protected by Janet, who, as you're kind of mentioning, the peel support, all she has to do is throw those shields and tornadoes, keep that Sivir alive late game. And I'm talking if you can stall the game out to a 30-minute game, Sivir's crits bouncing back and forth in a 5v5 team fight is going to be insane and can deal massive, massive damage. And Catenator has the skill as a player and as an ADC main to position correctly for that. But that is going to be kind of the requirement for the team of One Trick Pony, is they really want to pick their fights carefully, because XLNC is excellent when it comes to the micro game, not the macro. I mean, they're good at the macro too, but I'm talking about the individual player skill is really good, and so they need to pick their plays carefully and use the skills that they have with that Shen ultimate, with the Sylas being able to steal away Rek'Sai's ult maybe and find a good play with it, those sorts of things. Either way, we're into game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. One Trick Pony versus Team XLNC, as we are going to see ourselves a little bit of an invade here from the side of Team XLNC, coming in as a 5-man to the bottom lane. They're going to catch out Sivir. She should see vision on them and immediately start running away. Drops the ward as well. Flashes the hook. So it's a flash burned, but a life saved in that bottom lane.
I mean, flash burned at level 1 is always worth the invade. Catenator is wise to flash away, probably already skilled his Q at level 1. So that's going to be a distinct advantage for the bottom lane of a One Trick Pony. Catenator going to have to play safe until level 3 gets hit by a hook. That's going to be not good for him.
Well, and that's the thing that Applause is so good at. We talked about the Thresh, seen it before, very good. And early game, Threshes do like to start the game with that flay. It allows them to have that stronger auto attack, but going with that hook and burning a flash is definitely worth it. And you can still set up those plays into a Jinx, who I want to check very quickly what Jinx started with. Yeah, okay, she did go with the Switcheroo, with most Jinx do start. Allows her to not only get that quick auto attack poke, but can switch to those rockets to add in a few more auto attacks as they're running away after a death sentence from Thresh can land. So we'll keep an eye on that harassment and trading pattern in that bottom lane as Jack's coming to the top side, just clearing up some of those minions. I wonder if he was going to try to go in with that Counter-Strike, but it looked like he was just helping Rek'Sai pick up the red buff. So opposite side of the map starts for these junglers.
And that allowed the push to be won out by the bot lane of One Trick Pony. Hurricanes has the advantage right now in terms of XP and will hit level 2 off of this minion. The position of the wave is not ideal. Usually you want to only push it to the point where either push it all the way in and have it crash into your opponent's tower, or you want to push it to where they're outside of tower range and you can at least zone them off of the creeps. But at the moment, really nothing happening across the map. Junglers trading scuttle crabs. Demonius has a small lead in damage over Kill-Yasuo, who is now roaming up and trying to stop Mike Oxball Bros from taking away this blue buff, but Demonius gonna be roaming in, and Kill-Yasuo might have gotten himself into an unfortunate position, and Mike Oxball is just going to smite away that blue buff, take it away, and it's just going to be some vertical jungling here. Kane taking the opposite side blue buff here, but Kill-Yasuo is losing out in pressure off of that. He got himself shoved in and lost 4 minions right there, as well as, more importantly, the XP from those minions. So if Demonius is clever and is keeping track of his levels, he could abuse that.
Nice spell shield, avoids the death sentence from the Thresh. Sivir doing a nice job with that. However, the Ignite taking away onto Darling and the Janet. Back underneath the turret, safe for the moment, as Speed Chip gonna have to run away from Mike Ox Bro, who is making some pressure moves in the bottom lane, joined by Demonius as well, as Silas is coming in from backline to find the knockup though, onto the Kane. He's gonna flash away, but the Rek'Sai's gonna flash as well. The Janet shield keeps him alive, he's away. Silas is in the middle of 3, death sentence is gonna land on the Sivir, but that's okay because she's full health. Darling is continuing to keep this Kane alive as Demonius now has to run. Silas burning the flash on a Applause, so the Thresh has to run away. Demonius, the guy, gonna fall as well. Make it a quick 2-0 start, and it looks like the Silas is not ready to give up just yet. Once he sees, however, the Jinx and the Thresh together, he will back away, but 2 quick early kills for One Trick Pony as XLNC oversteps.
Yeah, that was definitely an overstep by XLNC right there. Got a little too greedy for the Janna kill. A couple of members roamed down, and seeing they had the numbers advantage went in. Hold on, we've got a small fight experiment.
Oh yeah, there's the taunt coming in from Anthony Kidd. The flash for Flash, unnecessary, but still secures the kill. Nice job from Anthony Coy on the top side, solo against the Jax. Sorry.
Yeah, solo kill. The Shen probably shouldn't be doing that. Just thought. Hurricanes freezing out this lane. Clever trick here, because if your opponent gives you control of the wave like this, freezing it out actually makes them lose more CS than pushing it in. Because right now those minions are basically acting as a turret in terms of damage, and they're killing off the minions of your opponent. So really, in terms of a CS advantage, keeping it frozen right here is the most advantageous thing, because you're not putting yourself out there for ganks from the mid laner or the jungler, and they're losing maximum farm and XP as it goes. Now, the trick to that is you want 3 minions more in your wave than your opponent has, and it'll freeze right next to your turret if you have 3 more minions at that point.
All right, checking in on that CS in the mid lane. We saw that earlier pressure from Silas trying to get the Rek'sai off of his team's blue, but alone, he ended up losing a lot of farm in the mid lane, which meant a lot of pressure loss, and now he is down about 15 CS in that mid lane. So we'll keep an eye on how Demonius uses that, despite him going down a death earlier and a kill Yasuo, so he's not down that far. What I really want to see is which one's going to hit 6 first, because whoever hits 6 could spell a difference in this mid lane. You might see a 1v1 as Kilyasu is going to find the chains, the knockup as well. Kingslayer going to give him a little bit of health back, but Applause is on the roam. The knockup here from Demonius, the God, the Lantern, to pull this Rek'sai, or sorry, the Vel'koz away, but Shen's coming in with an ice shot as well. Applause is going to be in trouble. Thresh has no flash. He lands a death sentence, but I think he's still going to go down. Can someone find the last bit of damage? No! Applause gets away as Kilyasu down under 200 health. Demonius getting some nice poke as he was trying to back away. No kill, though, onto the Thresh.
Nearly a disastrous roam for Applause there, but it was well timed, but unfortunately not aware of the top lane Shen with that ultimate gonna come in. Level 4 versus level 6, and Shen's gank proves more effective right there. Unfortunately, there's always an opportunity cost for when you want to go roam. That is pressure lost in the bot lane, and that results in a turret plate being taken by Catnator and Darling.
So 3 kills to 0, 1,000 gold lead for One Trick Pony, and that's actually what they need, is they need to kind of keep a small edge. Maybe not steamroll entirely, but when you're playing against a team who's pretty much across the board a rank above you, you want to be the ones that are setting up those plays. You want to be the ones that are responding better when the enemy tries to set up those plays, so that you can kind of build yourself a small lead. Because you know eventually you're going to make a mistake. The enemy team's going to capitalize on it well. But if you've got a big enough lead early, when you make that mistake, it might not cost you the game.
Yeah. And currently Catnator spell shield out of the brush. He didn't even have vision on that.
Second time he spell shield that death sentence. Good stuff, as there's some rotation from both teams pinging away around the Ocean Drake. Rek'sai going to clear up a little bit of vision. We'll see which team decides to actually pull the trigger on that objective first. Neither team in the rush on this yet. Go ahead.
Hurricanes freezing with the Rek'sai on this side of the map forces Catnator and Darling to play dangerously up here, especially with a control ward down there. But Catnator with the spell shield and the knockup from Janna, they're going to be completely fine. I think I would have waited out a little bit.
Yasuo gets dropped! No way, Demonius! Just a couple pegs, drops the disintegration ray, gets that true damage you were talking about, and picks and bans, finds himself a nice solo kill in the mid lane.
Yeah, and he's going to find himself a turret plate. Solo gold there. Catnator might be in trouble here, but Darling is not going to get tagged up by Applause, missing the hook and the Flay right there. So Mike Oxmal Bro's not going to get the gank coming through. I think that Lantern was meant to fly over the wall and pull Mike in. However, maybe misclick there. Did not come through. Hurricane's just going to clean up the rest of those minions. Probably go back to base here.
Look at that CS difference in the mid lane. 33 farm up this Vel'koz. I could do quick maths. Yes, I know it's 32. But nice knock up onto the Jinx in the bottom lane. However, the Chomper's going to come through. Nice spell shield from the Jinx. She's not going to be caught by the Janna, however. Going to be disengaged as Silas was kind of roaming, or not Silas, Kane was roaming to the bottom lane. Apologize. As over the wall, Rek'sai goes, getting the smite and the flash knock up onto Darling. Janna might be in trouble. Super Mega Death Rocket from the Jinx. And that's going to secure a second kill for Team XLNC with a nice, fast rotation to pick up that Janna.
Yeah, Team XLNC with the Jinx getting that kill, that's an incredibly big thing to get Jinx steamrolling. If you get her ahead, she already has close to a 10 CS advantage. That's clever. Applause throwing out the
Lantern to try to burn the spell shield.
Yeah, try and bait out the spell shield. That's clever. I like that. Didn't work, but definitely a good attempt. Applause trying to do some damage here.
Kane around here, gonna walk through the wall. Catinator with the spell shield ready, dropping low though. The Rocket's nice. Janna knockback. That will be one kill. Applause falls. Speecha picks it up. Janna's gonna continue to chase in, try to get some slows onto Hurricanes. Now has to walk away though. Sivir, don't think Catinator wants to go in with under 100 health, even with that shield from Janna. Does back away for the moment. However, the rest of the team going to be collapsing here from the mid lane. Shen's still alone on the top side. Tornado's going to miss, but Silas is going to flash forward, flash. But Hurricanes is caught by the chains and kill Yasuo. Lassos the Jinx down. Make it 5-2. Is in the top lane. Hold on, the Jax has been taunted up. He's going to dodge away from a couple turret shots. Try to get himself to safety. I don't think... Oh, there is a flash on the Shen. Decides not to use it, though. Minion block, bit OP.
Yeah, and the stun coming through, the counter-strike from Jax. He tries to go for the harassment near the turret, but it's always dangerous to go under turret, even to hit the actual tower when you're going up against somebody who has a taunt. Hold on, kill Yasuo, might be in trouble.
Oh, and once again!
He's just dead.
The true damage comes through. Jinx Rocket gonna fly by, say, I could have picked that up if you were able to escape. But again, keeping track of Silas's lack of flash. He's got very low mobility, and Demonius makes him pay a second time in the mid lane.
Yeah, and the price just keeps ticking up. That's another turret plate. And it looks like it's going to be a third one coming through as Mike comes here and helps him out with it. And
yeah,
are they going to try and go for first tower?
I think they should. They've got an entire minion wave here. They got the jungler and the Vel'koz. If they can pick this up before the 14-minute mark, that is so much gold for both of them. They're going to secure themselves first turret of the game and take a 2,000 gold lead.
Yeah, that's a crazy amount of cheddar now in the pockets of One Trick Pony's mid laner, or XLNC's mid laner, sorry. Anthony Coy playing really well in this top side. Despite the fact that he's down a good bit of CS, he has been winning out on the trades against the Jax. Jax going to scale better into the late game, but Shen not necessarily too shabby. Oh, Catinator's caught.
Oh, in the bottom lane, Hurricanes, however, taking a bit of damage, getting the damage down onto the Janna, though. She's going to drop the Monsoon. Catinator drops the ultimate as well to speed them forward. Speed chip here, looking for the knockup, can't find it, but Darling is able to sneak it away, I think, with an auto attack onto that Jinx as Rek'sai secures the turn on the top side. Thresh also fell down here. That's going to be Catinator's second kill. No deaths, so it is a turret for 2 trade, and I think One Trick Pony is still pretty happy about that.
Yeah, Catinator and Darling definitely getting the better end of bot lane right now.
Maybe not too long, though, as the Shelly has gotten a good bit of damage down onto the second tier turn on the top side. That so much gold is in the hands of the Rek'sai and the Vel'koz, but they're going to lose the Jax on the bottom side, who TP'd down there to try to defend that turret. It's still going to be 2v1 here on the top side. Anthony Coy doing what he can. Silas is coming through the jungle. We'll see if he can maybe make something happen. This Rek'sai has his ultimate available. Mike Oxbros is stuck underneath the turret. Kill Yasuo gets the kill and forces now Demonius to throw out the ultimate and have to run away. Shen Taunt going to come on through as his ultimate comes down. He steals away the Vel'koz ult to turn it around and use it right back. Chain knockup coming through, and the Silas gets a shutdown 4-2. He may be down in minions, but he's feeling happy on kills.
Yeah, and you remember what I said about the Vel'koz ultimate really just being a big turd to steal away? Like it doesn't do much. Um, Compare the amount of damage that Demonius has been doing to the Silas to what Silas just did to Vel'koz. I mean, it's ridiculous because as soon as you pop the ultimate or the passive true damage ticks, that doesn't come from the ultimate. It comes from Vel'koz's passive, and once you pop that once, then you get increased damage to the remainder of the ticks. So if you've already popped his passive, then you're dealing a ton more damage with that ultimate, whereas not having access to that particular ability just makes it a very lackluster thing to take away.
All right, so 10 kills, 2, 3, about 1,000 gold. Maybe they can get a little bit more as they're going to find Experiment 626. However, the Jax is going to be joined up here by his Rek'sai brethren. The Silas gets low. The Silas is dropped. He's able to secure one, though. Actually, it's the Kane that gets dropped. I'm getting confused a little bit. Kill Yasuo gets the shield for the moment. Goes golden. Can he be saved by Darling? He needs to get here in time to drop the shield. He does! That's going to be the death sentence from the Thresh. They're able to secure a kill onto the Rek'sai. Super Mega Death Rocket drops Jinx about half. The flash used by Applause to escape over the wall. But still, I think that's a 2-for-1 overall. And no, 2-for-2. Even between the two teams.
But opportunity cost, Demonius on the bot side is going to take down that tower with all likelihood. Yeah, he's going to walk up here, just knock that tower down, where if Jinx and Applause can hold this mid lane tower against Anthony Foy, then, oh wait, the hook hits. But I don't think anything's going to come of it.
Yeah, the Jinx is on rocket mode duty, so she's just trying to clear the way to get the turret, though. So there's a turret traded for a turret, so things still fairly even overall when it comes to just those stats of gold. As Speedchip catches out Demonius the God, this might be the turnaround. Can he find the knock-up? Not even needed. Catinator picks it up, going unstoppable. 5-0-3. Untouched this game. Hold on, Death Sentence is going to land onto the Janna. She's going to be immediately taken out. 626 steals away the kill. In the meantime, Kill Yasuo going in deep. I think he stole away the Thresh. Ultimate has already used it. Is going to fall. And Mycox Bros tears through the back line. Says, you want to kill on Deceiver? I'll provide one for you. And we'll take the rest of the team as well. That is a clean ace. Losing only one. Team XLNC with an excellent play.
Yeah, that was a very coordinated team fight. First getting the hook onto the Janna right there, taking out the peel and disengage from the team. That allows the Rek'sai to go hard into the back line, getting onto the Sivir, really preventing her from getting in on the fight or getting those bounce crits. Isolating a Sivir really removes her ability to affect the fight in a large-scale sense. So the formerly 5-0 Sivir now completely removed from the game by the Rek'sai there. Well played, but really have to hand it to Applause for landing that hook onto Janna that started the fight off, making it an effective 4v5.
And absolute credit as well to Mycox Bros for not focusing on those frontliners, instead getting to that back line, dropping the Sivir. Once Janna was gone, there's no more peel to keep that Sivir alive. So he said, I found my target. Gets a huge amount of shutdown gold for it as well. So we're going to be looking pretty, having completed an item and a half. Can start his next one as well. Sivir sitting on that Infinity Edge is paired with the Jinx when it comes to overall items. So expect to see similar things from the two of them. And really, when it comes down to advantages, Team XLNC was also able to secure themselves an Infernal Drake. So it's Infernal to Ocean. 2,000 gold lead. XLNC's in the driver's seat.
Yeah, definitely. Despite a poor early game, with the exception of Demonius, who really just wrecked his lane. And they talk a lot about the Silas scaling is something that people like to talk a lot about because he just gets his access to all the ultimates on the enemy team, sometimes on like a 15-second cooldown or something stupid like that. You can use multiple ultimates in a team fight. Crazy late game potential if your opponents have good ultimate, which they don't really this game. So that scaling threat is in a large portion taken off the table. Sure, he still has Kingslayer. He still has decent damage as well. Okay, pretty good damage as well. And a lot of CC. But his main threat, the thing that makes Silas scary as he is taken off the table by these selection. Mike Oxball, bros.
Oh, hold on. That Rek'sai may be going down. He's been picked off. Will fall. They'll lose the bottom lane turret. However, the Vel'koz ultimately going to come through. Should drop kill Yasuo. In the meantime, Speedchip extremely low. Ults to keep himself alive as Darling is sitting with just a touch of health over to the side, trying to do what he can with the tornadoes, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Gets a knock-up, slowing them down, but they are going to win the fight overall. Now it's a 4v2 in the bottom lane. Janna has to go back to the fountain to heal up, which means Catinator's left alone to defend. Try to wave clear against 4 members. I don't know if Sivir can do it. There's a lot of CC coming out from the side of Team XLNC, which I realize now what my problem was. Hold on. Hey, good catch onto the Jinx. I think the Jinx even... No, who is that? Sivir flashed to get it. Yeah.
Yep. So, a little bit of a misplay. Jinx staying forward too long, trying to get one more hit onto that turret. Takes a tower shot, and Cat's like, I got this one. Flashes, Qs, and autos for the execute onto the Jinx, taking down the opposing AD carry. Excuse me.
All right, overall, so, go ahead.
I was going to say, currently, XLNC needs to close in around the Baron, build up a vision wall in the enemy jungle, which Darling is doing a good job of clearing out at the moment. They've taken down quite a few wards that were placed in this topside jungle, and now they are going to go back and probably just forfeit control of the jungle that they just got. But I want to see XLNC move in and really set up vision before they start moving towards this Baron.
All right, 15 kills to 13, but that doesn't tell you the game, as it's a 3,000 gold lead for Team XLNC. Gonna, as you said, try to get some of that vision around the Baron. Anthony Decoy gonna respond as well. He's been able to complete an item, really only that Sunfire Cape to his name, which will help out a little bit. However, you still have to deal with the magic damage coming out of that Vel'koz. And we'll see how well 626 on the split push Jax can do. He's gonna get engaged upon 1v1 with the Kayn, finds a knock-up. However, Jax is just going to leap strike to a ward, walk away for the moment. Kayn, not interested in fighting him all the way. We'll trade places, kind of tag team effort. Says, all right, Shen, you take over. Deal with Jax in the split push side lane.
Yeah, and right now, Experiment 626 not having too good of a time against the Shen at the moment. That will change, of course, if he gets access to a ton
Hold on, that's going to be Silas dropping low. He may even go down. He's forced to flash away. Super Mega Death Rocket picks him up, though. So Hurricanes will get him. His Catinator drops dangerously low. And the rocket from the Jinx will secure the kill. Make it a double kill for Hurricanes. Doing a fantastic job. And that says your jungler is... No, not your jungler. Your ADC and your mid laner are down, your 2 main damage dealers. Maybe this Kayn can steal away Baron. We're going to start it up anyway.
And this is kind of what I was talking about with Jinx. Her lately phase is not a crazy thing. Like, she's not all that great in lane. You can lane her well, but that's not what she's known for. However, mid-game and late-game team fighting, absolutely amazing at it. Blue team taking a moment to take away the Ocean Drake, knowing that they can't really contest the Baron very easily without forfeiting the game. They go take away the Ocean Drake, kind of get what they can while they can get it. It's not a good trade. It's not what you want, but it's better an Ocean Drake than your enemy have an Ocean Drake and a Baron and you get nothing. Applause might be caught out here. Spin chip. Yeah. Looks like he's caught himself a meal. Hold on. Demonius.
Yeah, nice Q. Hold on. I know what that spell is called. The Fusion Division? Plasma Fission. Close enough. Plasma Fission to get the slow onto the Kayn. Say, don't chase anymore onto our Thresh as 626 continues to split push. This time, though, on the top side, secures yet another exterior turret. So, there's only that mid-tier 2 turret to deal with. It's only going to be a matter of time before XLNC decides that is their target. They got 3 members pushing through the mid lane. Jinx should be able to make short work of it.
And despite a rough early game, Experiment 626 sticking hard to his idea of split pushing the whole game and has managed to claim a number of objectives for himself. Even though Shen had all the pressure early, now look at the CS numbers. It's over 50 at the moment. And Experiment going to be pulling ahead really soon to the point where he can just kill Anthony Coy outside of tower range.
All right, so once again, you got the split pushers, this time on the top side, fighting 1v1 as Jax is getting a little bit of damage down to the turret. Shen just trying to keep that turret alive as much as possible as the bottom lane siege was started, dropping this inhibitor turret down to about half. It's going to continue by Team XLNC. They're taking their time with it. They don't need to rush in. Hold on, Kane's over the wall. He may come in, be able to find the Jinx. Misses the knockup, though, and immediately backs away.
Yeah, probably for the best, because if he'd gone in after missing his main CC, he probably would have just gotten locked up and killed. But feeling pressure, Rek'sai in mid, Jax in top lane, and a three-man squad of Applause, Hurricanes, and Demonius in the bottom lane, knocking on the door.
Oh, Darling in trouble. Super Mega Deathfire going to drop her low. There's the ultimate from the Vel'koz as well. In the meantime, King going to be jumping onto Applause. However, he's going to be locked up by the Rek'sai. Has to get through a wall. Half health to survive. Rek'sai's going to chase in and find the knockup. Double kill to the Vel'koz. In the top side, Anthony Coy gets the nice taunt onto the Jax. However, he's taking a lot of damage. I think Jax is going to win this one out. Counter-strike stun and an empowered auto attack to finish off the Shen. Team Excellency. It was a good initiation for One Trick Pony, but in the end, with a Rek'sai ultimate, goes a little bit too deep, falls, but that is the plasma vision from the Vel'koz to finish off one more, making himself a triple kill, giving the last kill over to the Jinx, making an ace for Team Excellency, and that should be the game, as they've got top side, bottom side, every side pushing in with Baron up, Baron empowered minions, securing Nexus Turret 1, Nexus Turret 2, Nexus itself. Let's see if they can steal any more kills off the fountain. I don't think One Trick Pony is going to give them the option.
Yep, and that is going to be GG for game one. Despite the early game going in favor of One Trick Pony, Excellency pulls out, shows that their team coordination is not something to be trifled with.
Yeah, and honestly, you still have to give it over. And remember the fact that for the side of One Trick Pony, pretty much every single player was down when it came to overall ranking. They were playing with people that are ranked higher than them in pretty much every single lane. So the fact that they were able to get a gold lead at the very beginning of the game was really, really nice. They had a pretty decent edge. However, things started to fall apart once the split push from Team Excellency really came online, and you just kind of had a difficult time dealing with that.
Yep, definitely. But as my client has loaded, I think it's time for MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts. What do you say, Jake? So for the losing team, One Trick Pony, I want to give the honorable mention over to Anthony Coy in the top side, really winning his lane hard, getting a solo kill onto the Jax early. I could see how Shen would have that advantage in lane, what with the tools he has been given to deal with Jax, but even so, keeping up a decent amount of pressure all game, even except up to that very end where Experiment 626 finally managed to get his revenge.
You need not follow, but you must witness.
Oh yeah, and Catnator obviously gets the MVP.
Shocker.
Why did I even have to think about that? He's an ADC.
All right, quickly to Nearus. Thank you for that follow. Appreciate that. We do the Shoutcasting games every Tuesday and Thursday night. Thursday is our free play night. We might get some free play games in before the end of the night. You never know. You could use the exclamation point join to jump into the player queue manager, as we'll see if we can get you into a game later on tonight. Now for the honorable mentions and MVPs of the winning team.
Yeah, so as I was saying, Catnator getting that MVP 5-0 in lane, despite the fact that his team ended up losing. Reeves needs life alert. Okay, sorry, I just saw that one. Anyway, yeah, Catnator definitely getting and earning that. But a heavy shout out to Darling for the peel on a couple of his early game team fight. Definitely both not exactly starting the fight, but landing the CC that made the fight possible, and peeling off of his ADC. Unfortunately, Darling did get caught in a number of the fights that ended up turning around the game, but Catnator definitely in that bottom lane deserving of the MVP. Anyway, back to the winning team, Team XLNC. I think Mike Oxmal Bros or Hurricanes deserves the honorable mention. Applause needs a shout out for the Roams. In spite of a couple of them that went sideways due to the Shen ult, the attempts were definitely good and well placed. Hurricanes had good team fighting toward the late game, but I feel like Mike Oxmal Bros and his movement around the map was more instrumental in the turnaround from the early game where they were over 1,000 gold down. But Demonius the God is going to come out with the MVP for this game. Team XLNC solo killing his lane opponent. I know 2 and I think 3 separate times. Demonius managed to pull out the solo kill, knock down all of the turret plates as well as first turret, getting a huge lead for himself, fully 2K, turning it around from 1,000 gold down to a 2K lead. And a lot of that was on his person. So then Demonius landing some key ultimates in fights that just destroyed the entire enemy team, keeping Catinator out of the fight because he can't just stand there and take that kind of damage. So that's going to be Demonius the God getting your MVP for Game 1.
All right, and huge shout out to Applause. Look at that, 12 assists. Talk about being a part of the game, roaming to the mid lane multiple times, getting some heavy pressure and some excellent death sentences. Again, we talk about at the very beginning of the game, Applause's Thresh, well known. This time, showing up good. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with game number 2. It's going to be Dawnbreak Gaming versus Akuma Knights. I'm excited to see the two of them take each other on in game number 2. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.